This is Jordan Wagner. I am making this video in fulfillment of my reflective journal entry for complications in the first stage of labor. And the complication that I have chosen is arrest of the first stage. So common causes of labor dystocias in the first stage are cephalopelvic disproportion, inadequate uterine contractions. Some research has suggested that obesity plays into that, as well as other factors such as the environment that the birthing person is in. In my experience that I saw recently was with a G1 who presented to the birth center in early labor and progressed slowly but surely to 8 centimeters and became very dehydrated based on her efforts that she was putting into labor. She wasn't coping very well. Had her husband for support. At that point, we gave her an IV with fluids and electrolytes, and that helped her state of being quite a bit, but did not help with progression of labor. In her earlier labor, her contractions were consistently 4 to 5 minutes apart, and then as she progressed, her contractions were further and further apart. So we helped her into different positions to hopefully move the baby. We were assuming based on vaginal exams that this baby was in a posterior position. So we were trying hands and knees and the Miles circuit, and no real change in her contractions, continued to be pretty far apart. So at this point where she had been at 8 centimeters for over 3 hours, and her contractions were staying far apart, we couldn't really do anything to get them to come closer together with nipple stim. We decided to transfer to the hospital for oxytocin augmentation of labor. And once at the hospital, she did great. She did not need an epidural. Her labor kicked in and she had a vaginal delivery of a normal-sized baby. So in her case, the biggest factor was just those inadequate contractions that were not close enough together. That was keeping her from having her baby. So what I found in my research was that parents have much better outcomes of achieving a vaginal delivery after they have oxytocin augmentation in a hospital setting after 5 centimeters of dilation. When a parent arrives for augmentation of labor and they are less than 5 centimeters dilated, their chances of an operative birth or instrumental vaginal delivery goes way up. So I was glad in this situation that she had stuck it out for as long as she did at the birth center so that we could help her to the best of her ability achieve as much dilation as possible. And then once she was at the hospital, she dilated to completion and pushed out her baby within just a couple of hours. So that was the ticket for this particular parent. And we were all very happy with that outcome. But I am continuing to do more research on the causes of labor dystocias in the first stage, and optimal fetal positioning and how we can help achieve that I've been also looking into artificial rupture of membranes. When that's done in the earlier stages of labor, which this mother had her waters broken artificially around 4 centimeters, and it didn't make me wonder as much then as it does now whether that decreased the chances of that baby being able to turn to an OA position, or if that wouldn't have mattered at all and it was just a situation where her contractions were way too spaced out for her to be able to achieve a vaginal delivery without augmentation of labor with drugs. So this is my reflection on that situation and that arrest of the first stage of labor. Yeah, that wraps it up. I will attach my analysis paper with this, with my references.